So great little poke check there. Bennett trying to get around, and that's unfortunate there. That was Logan Ewell getting high stick by his own stick that had gotten stuck into Bennett. And a battle here with Stringer. Comes to Klomp, sends it up to the skate, but back is Corey Stringer, as he so often is. And
so just showing there too his strength. He got caught underneath his arm, and he just basically closed his arm on it. And it's like, I might hold on to that one for a few seconds.
So here we are, Hector Vrolnik in his own zone. Puts his head up. He's got McDowell, but nice job just to keep that away. Now he finds Klomp. Klomp over the blue line. He's got McDowell with him. Finds him now. McDowell on the forehand in front. Just missed a streaking turner. And Captain Karps here for the Dogs able to collect it, but he's nearly picked off, but it works. Stringer over the blue line here, winds, shots, saved there by Woodlands. Rebound collected by Verjasov. He cycles that back, but just out of the reach of Stringer, and that's going to allow the Inferno to regroup and hopefully get that out. But a good stick there by Ruddle, able to stop it momentarily, but down the ice it goes.
You can see Verjasov and McKenzie starting to circle around deep, looking for those stretch passes for the Inferno. Dogs will need to keep an eye on that.
So here's the Inferno. And with it now was McKenzie. He was had his pocket picked there by Ryan Ruddle, who sends it back to his captain. Karps has done a great job distributing the puck tonight, don't you think, Carl?
Yep, certainly has. That's what you'd expect of him, though.
So here's Tashuma now. He's battling with Knox, still with it on his backhand. He's going to curl back. He looked to the point, but no one was there, and Verjasov comes in with support. But out with the puck is Matt Knox, who avoids the hit of Ruddle and finds Dow, who gets it over to Vrolnik, and Vrolnik now with speed over the blue line. He's got Dow, drops it for him, but intercepted by Byron Tashuma, but can only get as far as McKenzie with a shot through traffic. But a nice little catcher's mitt right there as Austin Lefkowitz able to cover that puck.
Got to give Lefkowitz a lot of credit for that. There was a lot of traffic that puck came from. He wouldn't have seen it when it left the stick, but he had his eyes and hands in the right place. Great save.
Yeah, he knows how to track a puck. That's for sure. So McDowell here facing off against Joyce, and Joyce wins it, albeit in his own zone. So no goal on this one, right?
Not that time.
Yeah. So here comes Fisher, who just reverses that and sends that behind the net for Campbell to give chase, and he just trips up, and the puck comes out into the neutral zone, and Bennett's there first, and he'll just rim that down. And Woodlands comes out but misses it, but luckily he had Jack McCoy there able to collect it.
And Lee Turner also for the Inferno. Getting out and just circling around. You can see Inferno really starting to look for those stretch passes. Trevor Leo and Bennett having to keep an eye on it.
So here's McDowell over the blue line. He has it, sends it back there, and that was Logan Ewell just not able to get the trigger on. He sends that over to McDowell, kicked out, and that went into a dangerous area, but the puck's out now, reversed. But onto the stick of Trevor Leo. Back to Dow, who winds. Shot deflected. Saved there by Lefkowitz. McDowell, great job to get a stick on that. But the big body and positioning of the American Lefkowitz was able to make a save there for the Dogs.
And McDowell's tip-in was almost perfect.
So here we go. Here's the body being laid. But Leo is silky behind that net. But not able to get it out. Shot now. In. Blocked. Comes around over to Turner. He winds, passes it over. And a nice stick check there by Leo, able to prevent Logan Ewell from able to getting a puck. Kept in here by McCoy, and after all that, with no linesman near the blue line, they make a call, and I think that's what Klomp is saying. He's like, how could you see that went over the blue line from the other side of the ice?
I'm going to suggest there that Trevor Leo there was the player of that last 30 seconds, very heavily involved in clearing the puck out for the Dogs and then thwarting what was a great shooting opportunity. And it's those little unsung things that make such a difference.
Oh, he had a nice stick lift on Ewell.
Totally took the opportunity away.
Which was a great pass over, and that would have been a tough one for Lefkowitz to save. I'm not saying he wouldn't have saved it, but it would have been tough.
It's even better if you don't have to.
Exactly. So here's Carpenter sending it over there for Minson, who's going to get that in and rim it around. There's no one there for the Dogs, so it looks like the Inferno might be able to get it in, but no. Kept in there by the defender, sent in, and there's a hard battle in front. And Minson, who started this with a dump, able to collect it and send it back to Carpenter. Here's Hector, though, not able to get it free, as he did block Carpenter from collecting the puck, but Carpenter able to regroup and get that deep. Klomp trying to evade Stringer, and another offside, and now it's Jamie Burke's turn to say, what's going on here? And you can see the head shake of the coach over there. He can't believe it.
Well, he was playing in beer league here too, just a couple of days ago too. It was great to see Jamie back on the ice.
So here we are, a face-off in the neutral zone on the far side of the broadcast. One forward by Knox, and he's going to chase in on Bennett. He's just going to send it up on the wall, and here comes Joyce. So Joyce over the blue line. He's got Ruddle and Tashuma. He sends that in, but a nice save by Seb Woodlands, and great rebound control to find Knox. So here comes Vrilnik now, 2-on-2. Wine shot, saved there by Lefkowitz, and another great stick save to get that wide. Klomp's going to reverse that deep, and McKenzie's going to battle hard. Still with it is McKenzie, but Ryan Ruddle comes back to support the defender, and a hit there by Knox, hard on Ryan Bennett. And now we have a whistle, and it looks like Matty Knox will be going for, I would imagine, 2 minutes for either interference, as the puck wasn't there on the defender, or maybe a bit of boarding, and he's calling it interference.
Well, Bennett doesn't look particularly troubled by it. He's one of those guys you don't want to meet in a dark alley, and I've got to say, him combined with Leo in a defensive pair, that is the wall of death for the Dogs.
Yeah, look, that's a tough one for Matty Knox, right? I mean, I think he thought that the puck was going to go to the Dogs defender there, and it just missed him. And you know, with the hit, seen from the official as a little bit of interference, that's what we got. So, you know, the Dogs probably had a little bit of a weaker penalty earlier. Here's where we're evening it up, and the Dogs now, the dangerous Dogs on the power play. Carpenter sent that across, and Verjasov's now patrolling the half wall. On his forehand, being watched there by McDowell. Still with it is Verjasov. He sends it behind for Tashuma. He's got Carpenter on the point, and he rims it around to him. So here with the captain now, sends it deep back to Tashuma, who walks around, sends a shot, kick save there by Woodlands. Comes as far only as Kahu Joyce, who takes it behind the net that he scored that beautiful Michigan last week. And he's going to now send it across in front with Ruddle shot. Blocker save back to Ruddle. Sprawling Inferno defender, and Ruddle just misses the net. Puck still with it now with Verjasov. Across to Joyce. One-timer. Rings that off the bar. Puck still with it. Another one off the bar. And I'll tell you what, Seb Woodlands will say that's all I gave him was the post. And I'll believe him.
I think he was right. He had everything else beautifully covered there. Seb did a great job under a lot of pressure. There's some great goaltending with about just a minute to go in the penalty. 6 minutes and 45 seconds to play. Dogs 2, Inferno 0 in the second period of this game.
Here's that overhead view. So the shot just rings off the post, and Woodlands was very lucky that didn't hit the back of his skate and go in. And then it came around. If you saw that just at the end, he gave it a little tap, stick tap to the post, right? He knows he helped him out there, and a shot in there, gloved by Lefkowitz.
A short-handed shot being taken by Klomf. Nice piece of opportunism.
So 30 seconds remaining of this Dogs power play, and if it weren't for the right post of Seb Woodlands, we would have had a 3-0 game.
Well, you know what they say about games of pool and snooker? Nearlies don't count.
That's for sure. Alrighty, so here's Lockie Walls with it for the Dogs. Sends it across to Stringer, who reverses it back to Walls. He's being watched by Turner there, and the puck comes out, and finding Vrilnik, he just chips it in, and he's going to chase against his ex-Ducks teammate Stringer. He's going to lay the body there on Walls. Knox out of the box, just missed it, and that's Jackson Lane able to get that deep. Lockie Walls with it, head up, finds Stringer now, who'll take that, walk in the blue line, now he'll take that in. He leaves that over for Minson, who winds up, and then he hits the Inferno centerman in Knox. But Inferno not able to get it out, so we've got some pressure here. Stringer behind the net, still with it, head up, was looking for Walls, but he's being chased by 2 Inferno players, and he's forced back. Still with it, that long reach of Corey Stringer, puck on a Stringer. He sends that in, rebound shot, scores! Puck on a Stringer. Corey Stringer sends that in front, and that was Casey Minson able to shove that under the pad of Seb Woodlands, and we've got a 3-0 hockey game.
So Minson there showing you the advantage of just being in the right place at the right time. You get in, crash the net, opportunities come, and Stringer with that beautiful piece of puck control and possession manages to put the puck in. You see Minson just waiting there. Seb try to push him out of the way. Puck bobbles out, goes underneath, and there's your goal.
It was a goal. And as Clinky's saying, he's like, that was a goal, right? Yep. Of course it was. Let's go. But as you said, all of that has to do probably with genetics, because that long reach of Corey Stringer makes it so hard to defend. And he was able to regroup and throw that puck on net. And unfortunately for the Inferno, the first one on it was Casey Minson.
I don't know, Gossie, there's lots of tall people who aren't very good at hockey.
Well, that's one tall guy who's amazing at hockey.
Who is very good at hockey.
Yeah, but so is his brother, who doesn't have quite the height advantage as Corey. But here's Verjasov now, who has the puck. He's pushed back there by the Inferno, who would be hoping really to get one in these last 4 minutes, and hope to, build some momentum, because as it stands, it's looking like the Dogs are going to parade to another victory, wouldn't you say, Carl?
I would at the moment, certainly. They've had the vast majority of good opportunities, which not to say that the Inferno haven't had chances, but on the whole, they've mostly been from bad angles. They have got quite a few shots on at the moment. The shot count is 16-17 in favour of the Dogs, which is pretty even. But they've got to be good quality shots, and the Dogs are just owning the opportunities.
So we got a face-off in the offensive zone. So anytime is
better.
better. So here we go. Face-off 1 comes back to Klomp, who keeps it in. All he can do is send it into Vrillnek, who brings it in front. Shot saved there by Lefkowitz. What a little fortuitous bounce, and it now comes out to Klomp. Wine shot just misses the net. Klomp with a couple great opportunities there, and the Inferno able to reverse it. Here's Hector Vrillnek in the corner, where he loves to be, battling hard with Carpenter, and still with it. Gets it back now. Vrillnek sending it back to Klomp. He's going to wind, send it across. Jackson Lane here on the half wall, just not able to handle it well, and he'll have to reverse that into the corner. But some great pressure here by the Inferno across. Still with it there, and that was Logan Yule. He reverses it to Vrillnek, sends it in front, comes out to Yule, winds. Just not able to collect it, but a great poke check to keep that away from Fisher and keep the attack alive here for the Inferno. Down low for Vrillnek, who tried to send it in front, but he was hit nicely there by Walls. Kept in here by Lane, and he's going to get hit hard by Fisher. We had a great view, front row seats for that one, didn't we, Carl?
It shook the desk. Big hit there by Fisher. He's trying to really impose his presence on the game.
So some great offensive pressure by the Inferno, but the Dogs are picking up the physicality. And with that, we've got a penalty here for the Inferno for too many men. That's a bench minor, not one that they wanted, as they had finally built a little bit of momentum in this game, and that fire that they started has been snuffed out with the penalty.
That too many men penalty really is one of those unforgivables. You say in most sports you've got to control the controllables, and how many players you have on the ice is a controllable thing. It's a very poor mistake for them to have made. But you can always get a short-handed goal, and here's a chance.
Yeah, here's McDowell in with speed around Carpenter's shot. Saved there by Lefkowitz, who keeps it alive, but I think the official there just blew the whistle.
Yeah, there was a whistle blown even though the puck was still going. Yeah. We've only got a few seconds to go in this period before the second intermission. As soon as we get rid of this replay, we'll see the clock. 1 minute and 33 seconds to go, 1 minute 40. So the Dogs will be finishing the period on the power play.
Now
unless they score a goal.
Now, one thing to remember as well, Carl, right, as we come into the intermission nearly is, like we saw last year, there is the mid-season draft, right? And what that means is the team in fourth will get the first opportunity to pick up an option of 2 players, and we'll see what happens here. So here's Verjasov, but a great save there by Woodlands.
Verjasov trying to go all the way through everyone, and he's pretty good at doing that, but that's where he really needs that player in support. He had Ruddle on the ice, but Ruddle not quite able to get into a good passing option. We've got about just under a minute to go, 50 seconds to go with an attacking face-off for the Dogs.
So Verjasov here to the right of Woodlands. Face-off won by Verjasov, back to Joyce. He's got Carpenter, but he curls away from Vrillnek. With it still is Joyce, sends it off the half wall, deep for Ruddle. Ruddle walks, being watched there by McCoy, finds Verjasov deep. Verjasov in front for Joyce, shot. Just misses there, as I think that was a great save there by Woodlands. Puck now deep here for Verjasov on the half wall. He's having an eye. He's looking. He's got Carpenter. Verjasov still with it. He still has Carpenter, but now sends it across to Joyce. Joyce shot, but a great stick there by McKenzie. Deflects that into the corner, and the Inferno will maybe get it out. They do, and that goes down the length of the ice. And with 5 seconds remaining, that will be it on the second period, as the Dogs are up 3-0 here on the Inferno in round 2. Game 1.
We are seeing an absolute ding-dong battle between these two teams. The scoreboard at the moment, as you say, Gossie, 3 goals to the Dogs, none to the Inferno. And as you were saying a little bit earlier, we will be having a second draft round for the the Pro League here at iceHQ, and that's on the 31st of January. If you're interested in getting onto that, each team has the opportunity to draft 2 more players onto their teams. And it'll be live streamed. We'll have details of the live stream put out on our social feeds in the not too distant. If you want to be involved in that, you want to get onto the iceHQ website, icehq.com.au/draft, if you want to sign yourself up for that.
Yeah, be sure to get
Probably
on.
not for beginners.
Yeah, be sure to go on, talk about your positions, a little bit of your experience, and hopefully you'll be able to be on these teams. I know, I'll probably go on there, say just glue guy. You know what I mean? Happy to be the glue guy in the room. But apart from that, please, if you play a high level of hockey, come on out, help some of these teams win a championship. But if that's it for us for now, there'll be an ice cut, and we'll be back for the conclusion of this game as the Inferno will hope to get back to the drawing board and start to chip away at this 3-goal lead by the Reservoir Dogs.
So expect us to be back in around about 10 minutes, just around about on 8:30 p.m.
This game is our canvas.
Our choice, our freedom.
It's my way.
And mine.
And mine.
And mine.
It's the only way.
The ice doesn't discriminate.
It doesn't see color or gender.
All it sees is 60 minutes of pure effort.
A pure fun.
On the ice, we might be enemies.
But in the end, we're all allies.
This game's for everyone.
No matter who you are,
No matter where we're from, we're all ready to hit the ice.
Yeah, welcome back to the iceHQ ice rink here in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia for round 2, game 1, period 3 of the clash between the Inferno, the Moat Inferno and the CCM Dogs, where the scoring situation at the moment stands at, for the Dogs, 3, and the Inferno are yet to score. They've had a few opportunities, but no really good quality ones apart from one early on in the first period when they had a nice counter-attack. Goals so far to Vijasov in the first and Kahu Joyce in the second. Also Casey Minson in the second period for the Dogs. We're about to get underway for the third period, so we have 20 minutes left. Sorry, I tell lies, it's 16-minute periods, I should know. Are they 16s, 18s or 20s? Gossie, I can't remember.
Yeah, I think they're... Don't put me on the spot.
It's a horrible question, I'm sorry.
No, I think it's 18 minutes. But, you know, one thing, just looking at the first 2 periods of this game, obviously Dogs have been quite dominant, as they've been the entire time this competition has been on ice. The Dogs still yet to lose on ice, believe it or not.
Well,
this really is turning into a Disney classic, right?
There was a little bit of banter, and one of the coaches have a little group chat on Facebook where they all kind of egg each other a little bit. And there was a suggestion made by Jamie Burke, who this season is he's coaching the Dogs, that they have been undefeated. And Jordan Warren from the Inferno, not Inferno, sorry, from the Bruins suggested that, well, that's going to come to an end. And Berkey said, well, we've never been beaten.
That is true.
And he's absolutely right.
I mean, the Bruins are a much improved team from last season. They did bring over that. Yep. They traded, right, that second overall pick in the draft for Corunna, and Corunna performed 3 goals last week. But we would be remiss not to mention, the Inferno are actually playing today without their captain.
That's true. Yep.
Bellick. He's not in the lineup today, and that's thrust a couple of their other players into a little bit more playing time. And I must admit, Kai Narus, he's having a much better game today. I've liked what I've seen by him when he's been out on the ice.
Yeah, the good thing about, of course, the thing that Steve Bellick normally brings to a game in defence is a great vision for cutting down and shutting down those odd player rushes, which he's so good at seeing. In much the same way, him and Trevor Leo very similar in that regard. They're not big hitters. They're just great readers of the game, and they put themselves in great position, and they skate extraordinarily well, the two of them. And that's something that I think the Inferno miss, is just having the stability of his defence. He's not here today, and they are starting on the penalty kill. Yeah,
8 seconds left here for the Inferno. Penalty to Logan Ewell, and that's face-off won by the Inferno, and Dean Klomp is just going to send that down the length of the ice. And again, Klomp, the standout performer here for the Inferno.
He's done well. He's starting to combine with Hector. When they can find a bit of chemistry together, I think this team will improve a lot throughout the season.
So here in the doggy zone, the Inferno with the puck, and we're going to have another penalty here to the Inferno, and that's going to be a high stick called by referee Jeff Klinker. There we go, Clinky. And that's unfortunately probably the top performer here for the Inferno. Klomp going into the box for his second penalty, and he doesn't believe it.
He looks a little bit stunned, as indeed do us here in the commentary position. We didn't exactly see it clearly either, but if the blade of the stick is up above shoulder height and it touches a puck or touches a person, then things happen, and these are the consequences thereof. So this time the Dogs get a chance for an offensive zone face-off. Now, I noticed earlier, Gossie, you were saying that an attacking zone face-off is a great opportunity, but it's also a great opportunity for a counter-attack, and lots of goals scored by a defending team from these.
And face-off won there by the Inferno, and that's rimmed all the way down the ice by Jackson Lane, forcing the American Austin Lefkowitz to leave that for Stringer. And Stringer, with his long reach, he's also got long legs and he's got some speed, but he was held up there by McDowell and forced down again by the Doggy. So a nice little job here to kill off, 30 seconds or so of the penalty to Klomp by the Inferno. But here comes Campbell, and that's unfortunate. McCoy just dropped his stick, and Campbell with it drops in front of the Minson shot. Save, another save! What a job there done by Woodlands, who came across to make a great save, but it's kept in here by Stringer. He sends it down to Minson, who walks up the half wall, sends it back to Stringer, playing pitch and catch there with Minson. Minson looked across crease looking for Fisher, but that was a great stick there by Lane. Kept in here, though. Here's Walls with a shot off the shoulder of Woodlands, and that's going to go down the length of the ice. I hope we get to see that one on the replay at some point, Carl. That was a stellar save by Woodlands early on the ice there. as he slid all the way out of the net and was able to make that save, and I think he got the rebound as well. But here's Captain Carpy. He's got it, sends it across, off the stick, Ruddle, loose, and just chipped wide there by Tashuma after a great save there by Woodlands, another great save. Joyce kept it in, though, and he finds Verjasov, who walks in, winds, but stick lifted. Still with it was Verjasov. That was a great job there by Austin McKenzie to save a scoring opportunity.
Now, on 2 occasions on this penalty kill, the Inferno have found themselves without one player without a stick.
And here comes Knox. He's 1-on-3, trying to get around Joyce, and he finds Verjasov and just knocks him down on the ice, and McKenzie's going to send that in on the netminder. So that was Austin shooting on Austin, and Austin came out winning. Which Austin, I'll let you guys find out at home.
And at the conclusion of this penalty will happen on the dock of the puck. So because the penalty is going to expire.
Here we go. Here's that replay, Carl. So if you look at this, fresh on, puck comes across, and that was the other opportunity. So that was the second opportunity where Ruddle tried to send it through, and Tashuma diving just was not able to knock that on the right side of the post.
It looked like he actually made the save there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Look at that one again.
So face-off here, won by the Inferno. It comes back and out of the box comes Klomp. Deflection! And that just went wide. That's always a tough one for a goalie when a bouncing puck changes direction, but luckily that didn't go on net. So Klomp with it now, takes a shot. Saved there by Lefkowitz as he pushes that into the corner for Joyce to collect. Now Joyce with his head up. He's so patient with the puck, able to find Carpenter. He just missed an outstretching Verjasov, and the Inferno are going to get that deep. But Dog's doing a great job with the possession, and that one just don't really know what Carpy was doing on that one. That was a little high, and no one was there, and they're not going to be allowed to change.
I think he might have been looking for Ruddle making the move across, but just a little bit too much angle on it, and didn't quite give him enough time to pick up the puck before it got iced.
Well, I'll give Carpy this. That's probably the first pass that hasn't gone where he probably wanted it to. He's having a stellar game.
Well, they have the luxury at the moment of being able to run the clock down. It won't do them any harm.
There we go. So Klomp's moved up forward now, and he wins that face-off shot into the glove of Lefkowitz. And I'll tell you what, Carl, the American Lefkowitz, he's played at some high levels of hockey around the globe. He's played in Europe. He's played D1 over for Syracuse, and if you don't put traffic in front of the net, he's going to stop those shots from the points every single time.
Yeah, they look spectacular, but they're very rarely goals unless there's a lot of traffic in front of them.
So here we go, Klomp battling in on 2 dogs. Comes out with it is Turner, just fanned on it, but he collects that loose puck. He's got it now in the half wall. He's turning, sends it deep, but collected by the dogs, and chasing it is Fisher. But first back was Jackson Lane. There we are. So Jackson Lane in his own zone. Sends a stretch pass up for Klomp. Klomp's all over the ice, offense or defense. He just does everything so well.
Beautiful use of his body there too to win that puck battle, but then robbed of it.
So in front shot, McDowell just misses that, and he looks skyward. He knew how great of an opportunity that was, and he was not able to hit the net. That
whole opportunity was created by Klomp going into the corner battle and using his body beautifully just to get control, and then maneuver around a player and just put that pass back up to McDowell for a magnificent opportunity. I think it's the best opportunity the Inferno have had in 2 periods.
So Matty Knox, who's had a great game today on the faceoff dot, wins another one, and that was Austin McKenzie trying to take a quick shot off the faceoff, but hit a doggy stick, and that went out into the netting, and we'll drop the puck again.
Right. 12 minutes to go. The Dogs are 3 and the Inferno no goals.
Another face-off win shot, just missed the net, and that's going to rim around, and Ruddle's going to get there first for the Dogs. He tried to chip it out, but a great forecheck there by Knox keeps the puck in momentarily. Back to Carpenter, who sends it over to his D partner. He looks up and sends that over to Ruddle, and here comes Ryan Ruddle on his off wing, cut shot, saved there by Woodlands. And Jack McCoy is able to pick up the rebound, but he's hit there by Tashuma, and the forecheck is truly on here for the Doggies.
That was a quality save too by Woodlands. That was a great piece of deceptive shooting by Ruddle.
Did a great job just to curl it in, get that opportunity, fling it, using all the technology in these modern CCM sticks. And here comes Austin McKenzie now on the backhand, curls in front, tries to tuck it in. Where's the puck? It's behind the net, and it's in front now. Another save by Lefkowitz. What a save! Dow with another shot and another save by Lefkowitz. That came from behind the net with speed, and Lefkowitz had no idea where that was, but great positioning, and he was able to get that left pad on that. Great job by the American.
And Vajasov getting a bit more physical too. I think he's frustrated. He hasn't scored as many goals as he'd like.
You know, but his team's being ahead, and that's all I can ask for. And a bouncing puck's going to get back, and that face-off, that icing's waved off. So Kevin Dow there being chased by Ruddle. Ruddle still with it, but he's Dow able to find it to his defensive partner there in Logan Ewell. And all the Inferno can do is get that out and down the ice, and another icing waved off. And here's Klomp. Klomp cuts around in front. Oh, and that was McDowell not able to get a shot. Great job there by Klomp. Another forecheck again. Very great game by Klomp.
Well, he's created a number of good opportunities. McDowell just not able to finish them, but he'll be able to sooner or later. It's a matter of they're just opportunities, and they add up. And sooner or later they go in.
So puck comes out, and that squirts out, and now Klomp's in on Leo, and Leo shoots that, and that goes out of the
Goes out
ice.
of play, but
yeah,
it's,
but in the neutral
it's
zone.
in the neutral zone, so it's not going to be a delay the game. If Leo had been back behind the blue line in his own defensive zone and played it out into the nets, he'd be sent off for 2 minutes for delay the game. But as it is, it's just a face-off.
So the two 77s facing off against each other. Kahu Joyce with another goal tonight to bring his goal total to 3. And that's Stringer with a shot. And that's saved there by Woodlands and collected there by Ewell. But kept in here by Bennett, who winds, takes a shot off the skate there by Stringer, and then off the skate at Jackson Lane. But luckily for the Inferno, behind the net. And here come the Inferno now streaking. They've got 3 through, led by Klomp. But another great stick there by Stringer. And just unfortunately, that stick continued in on Klomp, and we're going to have a penalty as Corey Stringer will be going to the box. 2 minutes for tripping.
Yeah, he doesn't look very happy about it, but if we get a chance to see that on the replay, we might see exactly what happened with that incident. With just that bit of a stick tangle up in him, or maybe a little bit of a lead call behind him.
He tried to poke check on Klomp, and he actually got the puck first. But that long reach of his, tied up underneath the legs of Klomp, and Klomp went down. And Stringer, well, unfortunate, he'll sit for 2 or less here in the third period.
I've got to say, if the Inferno were to be a chance in this game, they've got to score in this power play.
Here we are. So here's McKenzie. Shoots a little bit of a knuckler, and another rebound. Shot there, saved by Lefkowitz. Puck now cleared down the length of the ice, and that'll force Seb Woodlands out. He'll just pass that up to Jack McCoy. So now Seb Woodlands will hope it only touches one more stick before it goes in the back of the net. Goalie assist, right? I don't think he'll mind any which way as long as the Inferno put the puck in the back of the net. But they're not able to get any offense there, and that just chips behind over Woodlands, and he's forced back as Vadim Verjasov is in with the puck. He's 1-on-3, and the silky hands of Vadim Verjasov is killing off more time, and he's now knocked in there, and he's looking up at the official there, Klink, and he's getting no call.
And that's where it's dangerous. They go on a really aggressive forecheck. He now leaves his players behind with just three back to defend. But there's dogs back there in numbers, and they manage to tidy it up. But Verjasov, it looks great, and if you get that shorty, it's terrific. But you've got to realise when enough's enough and get back and do your defensive job. You've got to kill a penalty. The Dogs, with that 3-goal lead, it's not insurmountable. And this is the power play that the Inferno absolutely must score on if there to be a chance.
Yeah, that opportunity all stemmed off just a little mishandling of the puck there by Seb Woodlands. But the Inferno have a face-off now in the offensive zone, although it was won by the Dogs. And they're going to try to get that puck out through Ryan Bennett. Kept in there by Dow, though, but only finds the stick of big, bad Ryan Bennett, who plays a little pitch and catch with the Inferno defender as it went Dow, Bennett. And now back here with Dow, and he's stood up there by Leo, and Bennett gets back and knocks down Dow as those two collide after, as I said, playing a little pitch and catch there a little bit earlier.
Yeah, was looking for the stretch pass through to Schumer, who was moving around the back of the rink, just trying to get around the back of the defence and set up that shorty for the Dogs. I think we're going to see the conclusion of the power play on the drop of the puck.
Yeah, just looking on
back to 5 on
looking
5.
on that replay. It was Dow going into Bennett, but Bennett's just too big and too strong, and he kind of just bounced right off him.
And he's one of the hard men of hockey in Victoria, and you can see exactly why.
So Klomp facing off here to the left of Austin Lefkowitz. And we have Kevin Dow just holding a little bit back as he knows Corey Stringer's coming out of the box and doesn't want to give up a breakaway. Puck with it, though, is Leo, and he's checked there by McDowell. With it is Lee Turner, who winds up shot. Save there by Lefkowitz on a great deflection by McDowell. And the Inferno really have to wonder, what do we need to do to beat this goalie?
Better angles, bit of luck. There's luck in this game, we all know it. It's the way it is. Here's the opportunity for them with that face-off now.
Yeah,
if they win it, they got a chance.
Austin's just so great with his positioning, right? He's able to get big, and sometimes it looks like he's not doing much. But, he's just playing those angles, making himself big and keeping that puck out of the net.
Well, there's another thing that's said about goalies, Gossie, that goalies themselves won't always agree with, and that is that you're only as good as the D that's in front of you.
And there's Turner.
The Dogs, D has been superb today.
Here we go. So Corey Stringer with those legs. Oh, just not able to get that pass. And here's Ruddle now. Ruddle with it still. Ryan Ruddle shot off the leg of Jackson Lane, but collected there by Stringer. He sends that on, and that chipped out nearly to Ruddle, but Lockie Wall is able to get it over the captain. Carp shot, deflected, but deflected wide. Carpenter just looks behind him as he sees Klomp just cheating a little bit, but he's fine to keep that in the line. He sends it in, deflected off the crossbar and into the netting, and you can see Corey Stringer, he said, that's exactly what I wanted, and Carpenter had a great shot deflected by Stringer, but couldn't beat the crossbar. Or actually, I take that back. That was a great save there by Woodlands. He got a blocker on that one. Sorry about that, Seb. So here's McCoy now with the puck. He gets hit hard by Fisher, who comes out with the puck. Not able to get away from McKenzie, and Knox is going to chase there on Walls, who does a nice job to keep that in, and he gets laid out, nearly put into the bench, and now he lays out his own player in Verjasov, and we've got a partial break. Austin on Austin. McKenzie shot, saved by Lefkowitz. Oh my, that was nearly a break. And here we go. So here's Victor Vrelnik now. Stick check there by Lefkowitz to get the puck out, and Carpenter now will find Campbell, who gets hit hard by McKenzie. And that was a little arm there by Klink, just saying that was on the shoulder, not on the head. And now we're starting to see a little bit of hitting going on, eh? Carpy and Knox going hard on one another there.
I'm going to suggest there that the big difference in that 3-on-none breakaway was Jack Carpenter getting back and closing down the opportunity. He actually got back quicker than Klump and took the opportunity away from him before the shot was even made.
Well, I'll tell you what, if
magnificent defense.
Here's Klump now. Take a shot. Saved there by Lefkowitz. If looks could kill, I think Lockie Walls might not be alive after that look Verjasov gave him when those two ran into one another. But Austin McKenzie was not able to beat his namesake, Austin Lefkowitz. And we still holding the goose egg here as a 3-0 game led by the undefeated Reservoir Dogs.
3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. The Dogs with a 3-0 lead over the Inferno.
So here we go. Ryan Ruddle able to win that forward. Face-off shot, scores! Byron Tashuma with a rocket straight to the top shelf, and we've got a 4-0 hockey game here late in the third.
A beautiful play there. Tashuma, he's always had that just potential waiting to happen when he gets that opportunity. He gets a bit of space, gets a good angle. Whack in the net. Back she goes. That's going to do it.
I have to say, I've had the pleasure of playing a little bit with Byron, and there's not many people that love scoring more than him, and look at that smile on his face. He knows that was a world-class goal here at Friday night at iceHQ. Puck goes deep now into the zone of the Dogs, and at this point, we're just looking for pride. It's a battle of the Inferno. Can they break the goose egg? And dare I say it, will Austin Lefkowitz get his first? I won't say the word. We will find out in 2 minutes.
I'm going to attempt
15 seconds.
Why not? He's looking for a shutout.
Don't say it! Don't say it, Carl! If the Inferno score here, I'll tell you what.
No, they'll come
that's
over
all on you.
They'll come over here and beat me with the stick. But I'm good for that. We're fine.
So here we go. Face off to the right of the Doggies netminder. Won by Klomp. Gets it back. A wind up there by Jackson Lane. Comes back out there for Ewell, who sent it across, and he was looking for either Turner or Klomp, but kind of missed both of them. And a shot there blocked nicely by Tashuma. So he's doing it all now here in the third, blocking shots, scoring Genos. Jamie Burke would be happy with the play of Byron Tashuma.
Well, he certainly would. I think he's one of the most underrated players in Victorian hockey, if not national hockey in this country. He's a great work ethic, and he just has a sneaky habit of finding himself in the right place all the time.
So here we are. We've got a shot there, saved by Lefkowitz, and you're giving me that look because that nearly was the one that kept the curse alive, eh?
Oh, Gossie, you know the thing about nearlies.
Exactly. So here, face-off one kept in there by the Inferno, but now out with the Dogs, and here comes the goal scorer, Byron Tashuma, 1-on-3. He's got Ruddle. He's got it now across. Shot save! What a save! Seb Woodlands gets across. and kicks it away with the toe. And out the other way now is Hector Vrelnik for the Inferno.
They've got 40 seconds to play the Inferno. Can they break the hoodoo? Can they get the goal against the Dogs? No one's done it yet.
So here we are. A great game so far. And here's Vadim Verjasov in. Shot. Just missing that. Rebound comes out, but collected there by McCoy, who just took a tumble and hit the net there.
He took himself out that time. Just tripped over the blue line. 30 seconds to play. Karps finds Verjasov, comes in on his own, lines it up.
Drop for Stringer.
Too easy and totally fluffs it.
That was Seb Woodland staring down Stringer and saying, not today. It's the hoodoo, but that was a great scoring opportunity. That was not him. Shot save! Another save shot off the crossbar, and it's kept out. What a save to end the game. It won't mean anything for the scoreline, but Seb Woodlands put on a show, robbing the Dogs from a 5th goal.
That last 10 seconds, Verjasov would be ruining that absolute golden opportunity that he just was a little bit complacent with. I thought, I've got this, it's a 3-on-none, we can't possibly not score here. And there you go. If you think you've got it, sometimes it can really bite you. So we've got some stars to give away. Gossie's going to take care of all that. But before we do, I'll just bring you up to score on the draw. That gives the Dogs their 2nd win, with a total of 7 goals in total for them, with just the 1 goal against. They've got 4 points. So halfway through the 2nd round, they are now on top of the ladder, and the next game will be coming up in about 15 minutes, and that will be between the... Who have we got?
It'll be the Snipers and the Bruins.
And the Bruins, and that'll be a ripper too. We're really looking forward to that one. I think it'll be a really close game. Michael McMahon back this week. He was away last week, and he's such a game difference-making player. It's magnificent to have Michael McMahon here at iceHQ playing this game that we love.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant game. The Dogs showed why they are the team to beat in this competition, but Seb Woodlands made some absolutely brilliant saves, and I'd like to give a congratulations there. Austin Lefkowitz, first shutout.
Did he get a shutout? Did he?
Of his pro hockey league career. Well done to the American, and again, we'll have to see if the Big Bad Bruins are going to be able to beat these doggies. But for me, looking at the 3 stars for this game, I can't look past Dean Klomp there. Great game for the Inferno. Yes, he had a couple penalties here in the game, but he created opportunities. He stopped opportunities, so I think he's well deserving of the 3rd star.
Yep.
2nd star, our man with the shutout, Lefkowitz, made it look easy, and I think as a goaltender sometimes that's tough. We see down this end Seb Woodlands making these amazing, beautiful saves, but Lefkowitz is just in the right place, right time, couldn't be beat. But for me, 1st star tonight has to go to Captain Karps. The guy was dishing the puck out like anyone, better than anyone, and really allowing his forwards, the guys like Verjasov, the guys like Kahu, Joyce, Byron Tashuma, really to get forward and get those goals. So Karpi, well done, 1st star tonight, and well done Austin and Dino for 2nd and 3rd.
I'm going to give a special mention to Trevor Leo. He's just he read the game so well and shut down so many opportunities. I just love watching him play. It's an absolute delight the way he just reads the game so incredibly well. Anyway, that concludes the 1st game of round 2. We will be back in around about 15 minutes, so about 9:10 for game 2 of round 2, where we will be seeing the Snipers and the Bruins take each other on for an absolute thrilling clash. I think it'll be the clash of the round. But we will be back